What's up, collectors? P-Rockzilla back again for another review. Today, we're going to take a look at the S.H.MonsterArts Gamera 2023 from the Netflix anime series Gamera Rebirth. I'm going to be honest, I have not finished the series yet. I only watched one episode so far, but I do have the first Gamera, and that's the more of the basic original look. This one's a lot more detailed, and I knew when this one was announced, I wanted to grab this one just because of the color. They have the Godzilla blue on the chest and everything. Wanted to grab him real quick because I want to have three versions of the Gamera. I want to pick up I had the first one, and I want to get the one from the third movie, so I pick up Iris also. And then this one, I want to have one in flight stance. But anyways, got this guy at New York Comic Con, and I decided to get him because I was not expecting the box and the weight of the box to be like so heavy. So he is a hefty boy, and that's kind of, you know, for this size, that's a good thing for S.H.MonsterArts figure. Usually the heftier ones are the bigger figures. He's not as big, at least I don't know from the packaging, but I'm excited to open this package and see how he looks in hand. And not only that, he actually comes with accessories, unlike other S.H.MonsterArts figures in the line. So with that in mind, please hit the like, subscribe button, click that bell notification. So let's get this review started because I want to get this guy out this box. And I'm excited to have another Gamera in my collection. So let's get this review started. Dale! What's up, fellow collectors? Die action. Dale. So now let's take a look at the box before we get the figure out of the box. And this is what caught my attention when I first saw his figures. Basically, it was more of a green now. I see him in hand. But it kind of resembles the Godzilla when he charges up and everything. Love the way that looks. Love the black and that greenish bluish color right there. Gamera 2023, S.H.MonsterArts. Real quick, if you want to read that, I'll pause that. You can pause it right there. Read that. You get the logos right there. And then you got the little foil. Oh, it's supposed to be usually a foil, but it's not a foil this time. Anyways, and then right in the bottom, you got another picture of the figure right there. All the legal information right there. On the right-hand side, you got Gamera 2023. Same thing on the other side. Another picture of the figure right there, Gamera. On the top, you have the S.H.MonsterArts logo along with the Gamera. Then in the back, which is pretty cool, is you have a few poses you can get the figure in. So you have the default pose within the top left. That's the side. More of a battle stance. The flying stance, probably do this, more likely I'll do it for one of the final poses just to see if it's a pain in the butt to do. And there you go. And there's the actual figure in here. It does have some weight, but most of the weight is from this side right here. So that lets me know this guy's going to be a hefty dude. All right, so let's go ahead and get Gamera and all the accessories out the box. So once you get the figure out the box, you greet it with 1.5 clamshell. Top layer has the figure himself, has Gamera right there. And the 2 flying fins. Those things are creepy as hell. They're like praying mantis a little bit. Now I think, look at that. Looks like a praying mantis arm. Anyways, there's the figure right there wrapped up in nice plastic. And then right below that, you have, I guess this is the underbelly of the shell portion, whatever. When you have them in the flying stance, then you have the stand, the unique stand, and everything like that. We're going to take a look at everything here. So let's go ahead and get Gamera and these accessories out so we can take a close look in 4K at the details on everything that comes in the package. And there we have Gamera laid out with all the accessories that come in the package minus the instruction manual. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure first, and I can tell you this guy is bulky, man. All right, so I just want to bring the brightness up a little bit more just so we can see more of the details on that shell. So just bring the brightness up a little bit more real quick. There we go, boom. And you can see the figure first. And before I begin, one of the reasons, like I said, I wanted to get this one, ooh, let's make my skin white, is because the original one hit. I'll show you right now, real quick. This is the original Gamera right here. This is his shell. So this is his shell looks right here. All, you know, a little more plain, nice, you know, stuff protruding from it as much as this one. Look at the big difference in this shell, man. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, man. And I love this, man. So this is, as a Godzilla fan, I can tell you guys right now, I can say that sometimes they release too many Godzillas because sometimes they do look the same. I understand they're from different movies, but some movies he does look the same. I do appreciate that, you know, when they release a version that looks completely different. So as you can see, this shell is completely different from the original one and from the one, I think from the one from part 2 or part 3. I don't have those either one yet. I want to get one from part 3. But as you can see, the shell here has a lot of detail going on through there. A lot of sharp points. Very cool. Very good attention to detail. Has a little bluish right here going through the spike portions of it. You can see his face right here. Has the blue eyes, the bluish greenish eyes. You can see right there. Look at that. Wow. So yeah, so let me see. Now, one thing with S.H.MonsterArts is the teeth application, the paint application on the teeth. So let's see how mine's are. Now, let me try to get that mouth open. Mine is pretty stiff. There we go. So you can see the teeth right there. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of painted a little funny, at least the smaller ones. But, and let me see if my eyes are crooked. So you got that eye going that way, and we have this eye. So my eyes look good, yeah. They're lined up, so that's a good thing right there too. One thing, just moving the neck right there, I can see they implemented like the tail articulation right here and the neck. You can see if you're a Godzilla collector, S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla collector, you know that I'm talking about the tail. And I think this one may have the same thing in the tail, but we'll see. All right. So we're gonna get all the details real quick. Let's go through the articulation, which is gonna be very limited. This guy, because he's a turtle, man. He's not gonna be doing front flips. I mean, like I said, I didn't want to finish watching the series, so maybe he does. I don't know. But let's start off with the head. The head, you can see right there, nice detail on that face sculpt. Nice right there. He can look pretty decent up. So when you do that flying pose, you have the head up. He can look pretty decent far down. Can go sideways. Sideways that far. You can twist the head. It can go more. I can feel it go more, but I don't want to take any chances. All right, so we can see that right there. The arms, let's look at these arms real quick. Nice detail on the arms. You can see the little spikes on the bottom right here. Look at those claws. Very cool, very cool. Now the arms can, now when this one came packaged separate and it was wrapped up and everything. So maybe that was just intentional so it won't break into shipping. But let's move the arms. So let's try the arms. So he can go pretty far down. So let's put the arms down. All right, and then you can move the arms up. So technically, he could do a T-pose. Camera's doing a T-pose. So as you can see there, you do get some kind of bend. So you could kind of bend the arm. I would say maybe a 90 degree. Compared to this is straight and this is bend. So yeah, so I would say somewhat of a 90 degree bend. So that's pretty good. Let's see if you could, oh, yeah, you gotta be careful. You see, so the joints do come off. But you could twist it up. He could put his arm up, as you can see there. So you're like, yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? But be careful with that, as you can see. All right, so we did see that. Oh, yeah, the joint keeps coming off. I don't know, that's a QC issue. If anybody else has that, yeah, I gotta keep looking at some more reviews and see. But that could be the reason why that one came. Because I feel like this one's a little more sturdier. So that could be the reason why this one came separate. All right, let me see there. So the chest, unfortunately, like the first one, the chest on this one doesn't open up. I'm not sure. I guess I did finish the anime, so I'm not sure if he does it during the anime. But the other one does have that chest open up where it has a little pearl where he does, the charge up and the blast and everything. You have the chest piece right here. And obviously, there is no articulation at the waist. He is a turtle. So let's move that out the way. And let's see these legs. So the legs, you're pretty limited in the legs. You can see the detail in the claws. I love that there's one claw. For some reason, I'm not sure if that's a QC issue. Look at my claws. Look. This one's straight down. That one's upside down. I think that's a QC issue. Damn. Well, I bought this at a New York store, so I could probably heat that up and bring that down a little bit. I don't know. I can return if I have to, but that's definitely an upside down claw right there. So that could be intentional. I didn't see like I said, I didn't see the full thing yet. I'm going to have to pay attention during the show again and watch that. But anyways, his legs, limited to the articulation. He does feel like he has bend at the knee. But the knees are pretty small, so that far up and that far down. That's it. You do get twist somewhat at the thigh and a little bit at the knee. The feet can go that far up and really that far. So the legs are basically somewhat statue-like. Basically move a little bit. Same thing with this one right here. So you get some articulation here, but not much. And they can't really go out either. Actually, they can go out. So here they go. They go out easily. Just a little tension there. All right. So it's weird. It's obviously all the weight's in the tail because the feet feel and sound hollow. All right. So the tail. So they do have the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla type tail with all the separate ball joints in there. So you could definitely get a nice straight tail, and you could get it bent all kinds of ways. So I love this, not a bendy wire. So one thing I love about S.H. Monster is their tail articulation, because it holds the pose. But you get, as you can see, all nice detail and scales throughout the tail. So there you go. And then that's it. That's articulation. That's the detail. I love this, the shell. Look at the shell. Let's look at the accessories now. So these arms right here, be careful, because these things are very sharp. And it looks, to me, it does look like a praying mantis claw. Ow, damn, I poked myself. Look at that. I just poked myself, see? Be careful with that. Look at this piece right here. Just stabbed myself, man. Second time I ever drew blood in the figure. Wow, interesting. All right. So yeah, so be careful with that. As you can see, you can poke yourself and draw blood. These things are very sharp. Very, very sharp. It's going to be very interesting trying to swap these out. So you can see, but love the detail across going on there. Love those spikes protruding out from there. Looks like, it does look like wings, man. It's like, you know, like a turtle wing type. That's crazy the way it looks. Can't believe I poked myself. But yeah, so it pops in right there, and this joint feels like it doesn't move much. So be careful with that. When you're trying to insert it, be careful. But nice detail. Look at that. All that detail going through there. Then you do get the bottom portion of the shell when you swap out to the flying form. What I like about this is right here, you can see, I thought it looks like jetpacks. I thought it was like a jet boost when I first saw it, but you can actually see that's him with his feet pulled in. Like, you know, the turtles pull their you know, their appendages in. There you go. You can see the little claws there. That's his feet right there. That's crazy. Nice detail going through there. See the bottom of the shell right here. I love that. Good detail going there. The tail right here on this one is not posable. It's like a static pose. It's a hard plastic. Good weight to it. So we'll see how it attaches. I'll probably definitely do a final pose with it on just to test it out. But love that piece right there. All right, and then he does come with the blast effect that when you put under there when he's flying. So this is basically the base. And nice transparent, as you can see, they took a page from Dragon Ball. The little blast effects that come with those figures like that. The clear plastic, the resin, or whatever you want to call it. There you go, right there. Gamera Rebirth. And then this basically plugs in to here. You can see the, is it this one? Maybe it's that one, I don't know. Yep, it's this one here. Anyways, that plugs into there. And then you can see from there, this is the clear base that will go under the shell. All right there, boom. Is molded perfectly to fit right there. And they basically just plug this in. Plug it in, plug it in. Plug that in right there, and plug that into the stand. And voila, you got Gamera and flight stance. Like I said, I do want to get another Gamera just to have one in flight stance. I want to at least have one of them in flight stance. They all come with the flight stance accessories, if I remember correctly. So I definitely want to get one in flight stance. But all right, there's the figure. These accessories. There's the articulation. Let's go ahead and get a size comparison started. There we have Gamera standing default pose, upset about that crooked toenail, ready for a size comparison. So of course, let's go ahead and bring another S.H.MonsterArts figure. And this is going to be S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla. This is the Godzilla vs. Biollante. There we have Godzilla in there with the long tail. Then we have another S.H.MonsterArts figure. And this is the S.H.MonsterArts Gigan 1972 version. Then I want to bring in a 1/6 scale figure. And this is my smallest 1/6 scale figure. And this is the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Yoda from Star Wars. And last but not least, I want to bring a 1/12 scale figure. This is going to be the Figma Demon Slayer Tanjiro. This is the one that infamous broke his head during the review. All right, so there we go. Good size comparisons with two figures in the same line and two from different lines and different scales. Just in case you have any of these figures in your collection, I want to show you how he would fit in your display or in your collection. Let's go ahead and get the final thoughts and final poses started. So here, of course, I wanted to have Gamera just basically in the default pose, like basically on a turntable, so you can see how he looks all the way around, standing there as tall as he can. I got him arched back as far back as he can, and the tail straight out. So yeah, just a good idea of how he would look just standing there, half awake or just chilling, looking at something on TV before he jumps into action. But this dude right here, man, that shell, it looks more like a horseshoe crab in order, like to me a little bit. But that shell is amazing, man. I love the details and like just the different like panel lines and rivets and all kinds of just different portions of that shell. Just looks so damn menacing from behind. And then right there in the front, the chest piece. Yeah, I do wish that chest piece opened. I guess I didn't know. I don't know for the anime if it happened yet, but I do wish that chest piece did open up, or at least he should have came with a blast effect, because you do have the red blast effect. But I'm not, like I said, another thing, I didn't see the anime. I'm not sure if his blast effect is blue. I will look at that real quick. But I wish he did come with some form of blast effect or something else, just other than because they all come with the flying stance and the flying solver parts and everything like that. So that's not different. I just wish they gave us something a little bit more different with this figure, other than just his look and the color on him. But man, this dude is so much more menacing than the original version. Like the original version was like a toy now to me. Now I look at this guy right here. All right, so I want to make sure before I did this review, I tried the transformation mode into the flight mode. And I want to tell you guys right now, I mean, I never tried with the first figure, but this is my first experience trying it out. And maybe because my pegs, maybe this, I'm not sure they're supposed to move. Mine's are very, very stiff. Because they cannot move, at least on mine, like the arm piece right here, the little praying mantis arms that poke me in the hand. So because of that, yeah, so I tried to peg them in, and then the one on the left side, I ended up leaving stress marks at the bottom portion of it, like rubbed off against the other plastic portion, but like it didn't fully, like right now, if I grab this figure right now, those arms are gonna fall off. Right, I'm being honest with you guys, the arms are gonna fall off. So maybe it could be user error, it could be me making a mistake. Look, right now it's crooked, but I don't want to fix it because, like, if I touch one, the other one's gonna fall. So I normally don't go into reviews watching other people's reviews. I may watch one or two, maybe if that. So if they don't mention it, like maybe I'm thinking it's my fault. But like if you experience the same thing too, where these flight hands don't peg in correctly, or maybe just let me know in the comments like the right angle I'm supposed to peg them in, because like I said, the peg on the actual arms on mine are not moving. So I'm limited on how I can angle it into the peg hole and stay there. But I mean, it's a pain in the butt. Other than that, taking the arms out, the legs out, the tail was all simple. It feels hard at first. So basically, just keep pulling it. You're good to go. The chest portion too, same thing. You pull out. Everything is simple. Everything else is simple. Just pegging those flying hands or arms in is a pain in the butt. And I mean, I'm gonna mess with it more. I'll keep you guys updated in the comments and stuff like that. But it was just a pain in the butt for me. But here we go. So I finally have one of my Gameras in a flying stance. So the bottom effects in the bottom, the little extra ones, those are from Dragon Ball figures. So those do not come with the figure. That's why I'm pointing that out. Just something I added there because I feel like it was just a little too plain there. So I want to add a little more flair to it. So here you go. So here's Gamera flying through the air. And even in this form, he looks menacing, man. This dude, at least I need to finish this anime, man, because this figure, like, he's looking fierce. Like I said, everything else swapping out was easy. Just the negative is those arms right there. Maybe like I said, it could be me doing it wrong, but they were a pain in the butt. They still are. I feel like I do not have them in correctly. If they are inserted correctly, they could have been better. That's all I'm saying. But here he is flying form. So let's go to the next final pose. And finally, I have the new 2023 Gamera in dynamic pose ready for action, along with the original Gamera from S.H.MonsterArts with the blast effect that should have came with the new Gamera, but it is what it is. And just to let you guys know, that blast effect does work with the new Gamera. So if you do have this Gamera, you can eventually use that if you want to pose your 2023 Gamera with that blast effect in his mouth. It fits perfectly. But man, this dude, look at the size compared to the original, man. Look at like the detail in the shell. Look at the fierceness in the face. Just the claws and just everything in general is just enhanced compared to the original. And this is why I had to get, well, even without finishing the series, I had to get this Gamera, because to me, this is the coolest Gamera so far, design-wise and figure form too. Yes, the articulation on the legs should have been better. Yes, like I said, could be my fault, but if it's not my fault, the flying form could have been a lot better. At least inserting those flying fins. I'm gonna try it out once I get my Gamera from Gamera, the third movie. I'm gonna try the same thing out the flying form because more likely I'll keep that one the flying form. I'm not sure yet, but I want to try it out just to see if it's an issue with this one in general or it's with all of them in the flying form because I never tried with the first one because when I got this first Gamera, I wanted to keep him with that blast effect in his mouth, but man, if you're a turtle fan in general, not Ninja Turtle fan, just a turtle in general, and a kaiju fan, this is a must for you. This is the number one turtle kaiju in my opinion. Gamera is the man when it comes to that. He is my second when it comes to protagonist in the kaiju line. It's Godzilla obviously first, then Gamera, and then from there Ultraman. But still, Gamera, just the design of this guy, the coolness. I love turtles. I love reptiles. And a lot of people there are turtle fans. So if you're a turtle fan, man, I'm just saying this is your kaiju right here to pick up. Just if you have to have one, if you're a turtle fan, you have to have one representation of a kaiju in your collection. This is the one to get. You could go with the first one we did, the blast effect. It's hard to find nowadays, or the easier to find now one with Rebirth right here from the Netflix series right here. This dude composed a little bit better than the original one, but man, I'm happy to finally have this one in my collection. I need to get one more in the flying stands, and then I'll be content with my Gamera representation in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like, subscribe button because it really does help the channel out. If you did, keep collecting. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. If you did like this, please hit like, subscribe.